Hey, good afternoon from FDIC 2025. I'm Ricky Riley with Fire Apparatus and Emergency Equipment Magazine. And today's podcast is brought to you by Firehouse Subs, the firefighter-funded hot sub chain with a passion for hearty and flavorful food, heartfelt service, and public safety. Ready for your next mission? Firehouse Subs is offering firefighters the opportunity to continue serving after service now as a restaurant owner. Learn more at www.firehouseSubsFranchising.com. So today we're going to sit here and we're going to talk. One about my favorite things is lighting. So we're going to talk about new Whelen technology that's coming out, and we're here with Mr. Whelen himself. So we're going to start right off and get some questions going, and then obviously, why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do for Whelen?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks. It's great to be with you, Ricky. So yeah, I'm James Whelen, and so I've been a Whelen my whole life. But I've been working with Whelen Engineering for the past 15 years in engineering and design and development on the technology side. But Whelen Engineering is our mission has always been to protect those who protect and serve others. So we strive every day to design the best products to meet the needs of first responders, keep them safe, whether they're trying to get to a scene or at the scene, and so. For the past 70 years, that's been our mission, and we also believe heavily in United States manufacturing and innovation. So we've always designed and developed all of our products in Chester, Connecticut, and Charlestown, New Hampshire, here in the U.S.
Okay, so I've got to ask. I know it's not on a script or anything. So
Sure.
You have a last name is the same last name as the company. So
yeah,
what's going on there?
It's not a coincidence. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my grandfather started the business 1952. So third generation family business. So we're proud of that, and we like to think of it as one big family here at Whelen. So yeah.
Okay, good. And then your current job is what exactly with Whelen? I know that I think you said it briefly, but
my title is Senior Vice President of Technology and Innovation. So I lead the engineering and design development teams at Whelen, and so every day I'm trying to make sure we're advancing our mission and innovating in the right ways to help advance safety for first responders.
okay. So what can today's lights and sirens do that they couldn't 15 years ago or when I was still riding trucks instead of cars? But
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess from that time, I mean, one of the biggest shifts has been everything going to light emitting diodes, LEDs. That opened up a ton of possibilities in terms of reducing the size of lights and how bright they are, increasing how bright they are. So opening up a ton of new applications, as you see, of more effective lighting, and so that is just taken off over the past 15 years and is the standard now, and so. I think these days a lot of the technology that we're working on is around putting light where you need it and trying to make the lighting and sirens more intelligent and more effective at what we're trying to do with them. Yeah.
okay, so another. Sorry, I got you in front of me, so I get to ask all these questions.
Yeah.
So we just got some new deliveries, and we switched from an old M6 to the new M6. And obviously it's got some changes, but what are the changes between the older M6 that we're so used to and the newer one that we're using now? So
So we're constantly getting feedback from the field, listening to customers like yourself and others, and trying to learn how we can improve the product. Some of it's in the materials that we use, how we're able to seal the product and make it environmentally protected. So some of the changes that you'll see in some of our latest products are, around some of that quality and just continuing to push the reliability and that aspect of it, but also in the performance itself. Making the lights, improving the optic design and making them brighter, or channeling more of that energy that's produced into an area that you want it. And so with the new like M series scene lights, easy scene lights, a lot of that design and improvement has been in where the light is going. So it's really having a much more consistent illumination on the area that you want to illuminate, and and reducing the amount of light that could be wasted, going in areas that you don't want it.
I got you. So, with the new lighting and the technology you have, so are we talking about warning lights that help solve it in the street, or are we talking about warning lights that help solve us responding? I mean, do you understand? I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
I think you were talking about scene lighting, obviously that has the applications which you just talked about, but your emergency lighting, how does that help solve all this new technology that you're bringing, help solve our problems responding to calls and stuff like that on the streets?
Yeah, so one of the biggest improvements has been in some of the flash patterns that we've brought into the light heads. So dynamic variable intensity patterns. So that's where the light intensity will ramp up slowly and then ramp down slowly, kind of easing the impact on oncoming traffic that might be needing to navigate around an apparatus that's at the scene blocking traffic. So that's been one of our drivers has been to try to improve the outcomes for oncoming traffic navigating around first responders when they're at the scene. And so we do that through some of the technology in the lighting around that dynamic variable intensity flash patterns, the slow kind of calming the scene, as well as the vehicle-to-vehicle synchronization. So when you have multiple first responder vehicles at a scene, coordinating those lights so they're all synchronized. So you again further reduce those flash edges or the glare from that scene, and we believe that has proven to make scenes safer, especially when people are trying to navigate around them. So that's one use case, around blocking use cases, but also we're looking at how to improve the effectiveness when you're trying to get to the scene as well. So how we can coordinate more light heads working together, including the scene lights too. Sometimes if, to get additional warning, maybe if you're clearing an intersection, things like that.
Okay, so once we get there, I think you talked about it a little bit, but obviously this is a huge concern for the men and women that are out on the street every day. And then once we get on the scene and we're parked in these blocking positions, I think the amount of apparatus accidents and devastating accidents that are happening on our streets. I mean, how does your lighting system, what technology are we trying to do to try to help those men and women that are in grave danger out on our highways today?
Yeah, no, it's a huge issue, and it's really terrible to see that how often some of those tragedies happen. But what we're doing there, a couple things. One is I think some of the most dangerous situations is when you're rushing to a scene, you're trying to clear an intersection. So that's one area where we're really focused on how to reduce the distractions to the operator when they're trying to get to the scene. So what we would love is for you or whoever's trying to respond to the scene or get to the scene to not have to worry about button presses to trigger lights to do something or to play a certain tone to clear traffic. But the more that we could automate our products so that they're really in the background doing what they need to do, switch to the right modes when they need to switch to those modes, without the operator having to be distracted or to take their eye off the road or hand off the steering wheel to trigger that. So we do that a lot through our control systems and through integrations with our partners and the apparatus itself so that we can get more inputs to our system and then automate more of our lights. And so that's one way to make it easier and safer for the operator. But there's a lot of exciting things that we're trying to solve around preemption for over-the-air preemption of traffic lights, so requesting a green light when you're trying to get to the scene, and giving others red lights. So that's some of the technology that we're trying to really get out there and work with partners to make that a safer experience and more efficient experience. The other piece of technology that we're really excited about is using geo-based events to, again, drive automation with the lights and the sirens, particularly when we're clearing intersections is one example where the system can automatically change modes when it's approaching an intersection. So if you want to go to a higher flash rate, go to a more a louder or more conspicuous tone. All of that could automatically happen once you get within a certain range of an intersection. Maintain that through the intersection, and then when you exit the intersection, it can go back to your normal responding mode. So that's one example where that can all happen automatically now. With some of these geo-based events and that technology.
So is that kind of, so I mean, we have some of that technology in some of our vehicles, so it's like using what the technology using for the preemption, is that through the Haas system, or is it your own your own technology going to come out?
We work with partners on that. So we have our Whelen Cloud platform, which is our connected device that connects to core and our systems, and that's through our partnerships with our emergency vehicle preemption partners. They're able to facilitate that request, but our system's able to give them the signal, the information that they need to make that request over the air. So that's one way we're
so all those
affecting
things
that.
would kind of happen, like we get to that intersection where it's geo fenced in, and we'd get the traffic preemption, and the lights could change patterns, and then the siren could change patterns, and the driver would still have two hands on the wheel and looking straight ahead and looking right and left.
Yep. Yes, that is all possible. Yeah. So we believe that definitely can make it safer. Because we all know you don't want to be taking your eyes off the road or hand off the steering wheel in those situations. So, that's one way. The other thing we're doing, and we're working with Haas Alert as one of our partners to get those alerts out to the public as well. So, with our connected system, we can also try to warn the public further down the road before they get to a scene where you're blocking. So. If that's a big improvement. And then going back to the intersections, another thing that we're working on with Haas as well is responder to responder alerts. So, again, that's another thing that we see all too often that's tragic, is when two first responders are both trying to clear an intersection, get through an intersection, and they may crash, right? So with that similar technology, we can get alerts out to other first responders when they're potentially on a collision course. And so through the control system, we're able to get an audible message to an operator, or we can flash the control head, or really any output on our system could provide an alert that they could customize to the operator to give them a heads up that, hey, you better use extra caution in this when you're clearing this intersection.
Okay. So I guess I had another question for you, because Mark, what are we looking at here? I can't even see, but. Okay, so we really started dealing with where our concern is obviously working on our Capital Beltway and sitting on that scene, and just what is Whelen doing to try to help us slow those patterns down, because we think you say you have some research on that, and we're just really concerned about that. I'm just trying to figure out what you guys do to try to help us with that on our incident scenes.
Absolutely, yeah. No, that's been a thing we've been strongly, supporting is those calmer, slower patterns when you're at scene. Because I think everyone has been in that experience where you're approaching an accident on the highway, and you kind of have to almost squint or look away because it's sometimes that the lights can be so bright, right? And so there's been a number of studies out there that have looked at this and supported that result, that it is easier to navigate around when it's less of a glare, less of an intense flash and an intense light, especially at night. So that's really been what's driving a lot of that technology and those use cases, both with the dynamic variable intensity flash patterns and then also the vehicle synchronization. So because when you have a lot of fire, police, amber vehicles, at a scene, even if they're all in that slower pattern, you can still get multiple different flash patterns, because if they're not synchronized.
Not synced. Gotcha. All right. Well, I anything to help our men and women out on these things. If you guys are doing this technology, moving forward with this technology, and we think that's great. And I was saying, from somebody that's an end user, we appreciate you doing what you do to try to help us safe on our roadways.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, thank you for your service, and yeah, it's great talking to you.
I mean, very good.
Yeah.